Alright, ad should be stopping here pretty soon. Ah, good old hydration. There we go. Ads are done. Alright, let's turn this down just a little bit here. There we go. Akira slides an 80 cyberpunk hot dog through the battle. Poke you on my way to grab a Kit Kat and peach-flavored monster after escaping containment. So, how was your day? Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good so far. Ended up waking up today just, like, completely exhausted. I mean, granted, I did get, like, a full night's sleep, thankfully. I'm finally getting full nights of sleep. Shock and horror and disbelief. I'm actually potentially having healthy sleeping habits. Alright, who do we have in chat today? Looks like we got ourselves a Zach. We got ourselves a unicorn. And, yeah. And, of course, peeps lurking as well. If you are lurking, be sure to just, like, put, like, exclamation lurk, or just, like, any kind of... Or just, like, poke the little lurk redeem. That way it still counts you as a viewer when you're watching. So. You may have noticed my hand tracking is a little less jank. Only a little. Like, so I upgraded the cable that goes into my hand tracker. So now it can actually like discern what my hands are doing with like higher quality footage. So it's good. So Sunny's sleeping habits are going sunny side up. Also, hey Amethyst, welcome on in. Oh, one of these days when I'm a bit more financially stable and I have some disposable income, I am definitely going to upgrade to VR gloves so I can start using my Vive trackers to keep track of my everything. Getting handsy then? Yes. Getting handsy. Fingertips. This does also mean my hand tracking is going to be way better in videos as well. So that's going to be a positive. I've been tweaking my entire face tracking as well. So it's actually looking way more expressive now. So excited. Anyways, artwork. Let me actually pull up my art here so I can get this ready and actually make sure that okay, good. The proper thing is working. So we'll go ahead and just hop on over to art. There we go. So this was something I was working on last time. Let me actually swap out the music. One of these days, I just need to make like an entire playlist of some like copyright free like stuff. Oh, fair warning. This is going to be a bit of a shorter art stream than normal. I had completely forgotten that Layla, my housemate, if you don't watch her stuff, TK_Layla on Twitch, she's going to be having a meet and greet at a convention in about like 2.5 hours. Which is also why I kind of wanted to like start a little early. So yeah. So. Just to go over some of the commissions I've been working on. So I have this one D&D commission I've been working on, which is a half orc. I believe it's a half orc paladin. I'll have to like actually read the stuff again. Yeah, shout out to TK Layla. Oh yeah, and today we're also streaming to YouTube as well. So hey, everyone in Twitch chat, say hello to YouTube. Now I still need to get everything set up for YouTube. I need to get like all the alerts and all of that set up as well. Just so anything that happens on like that side of things will also happen like on stream, so everyone has the same context. I have no idea how YouTube streaming works. I don't even know how in-depth those tools get. So we shall see. We shall see. From what I can tell, Twitch so far has like the more robust systems just because it's built from the ground up for streaming. But that's just my first impression so far. It's nice having all the different subcategories instead of like vague categories that YouTube has, because like YouTube has like a bunch of really vague categories that you don't know what kind of fits where. Like there's nothing for like art. I had to put this under like film and animation, which is like the closest thing. Demonically screeches at YouTube. But yes, so there's this. A friend of mine who's in my Lancer campaign, he's commissioning a goblin, so that's been fun. The gargoyle. Careful or YouTube might screech back. But yeah, this is the goblin mech I've been kind of like drawing for a friend of mine. I just need to like actually draw the wings on it, which we've decided is going to be styled after like ram cards. And then the tail is going to be kind of like this radar dish thing. I got a little too extreme with the foreshortening, so I might actually flatten that out just a little bit and shrink that down. So it's a little bit more tame. It's like less extreme, a little bit more tame, a little bit more readable, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's this is another one I've been working on. This one is only going to be done up to inks. So this one's actually almost done. I'm actually going to be getting this one done on, like, I want to say Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. I do want to try to get this one done by this week as well. And same with this one as well. But yeah, if anyone would like to commission my artwork, I am on VGen. That's vgen.co/sunnymecha, one word. So yeah. Now, when I was working on this one, this is one of those cases where like I was kind of happy with it at the time, but now that I've kind of spent a few days to like sort of sit back and look at it, I'm not too happy with it. Like, you ever just look at something and you think, I can do better than that? Like, that's kind of like my feel for this. Ghetto. Fallon, thanks for the follow. And oh shit, we actually met our follower goal. Okay. Hell yeah.
We reached our followers goal of 170. Thank you everyone.
Hell yeah. 170. And I think that follower goal actually refreshes every time the stream ends. So it's going to automatically go up. So I think it's going to go up to like, I think 180 or 190 now. We're slowly crawling our way up. But yeah, if anyone would like me to answer any questions or anything along those lines, whether it be an art question, a question about Lancer, or anything like that, just let me know. Now this, I think I'm going to do something a little bit interesting here in terms of my process, because normally I go straight into inks, but I think this time what I'm planning on doing is, well, first off, I'm gonna do this in a green, a really really dark green, like dark green, almost black, and then let's see. Let's go ahead and get this helmet put in, because I think the mech head I'm fairly happy with. There's like more we can do with it, but I have a feeling we're probably good as is. In fact, I'm gonna actually do this on a oh right, that's why that was looking weird. There we go. There we go. Let's bump that up to a 30. So I'm gonna go like really exaggerate. Oop, did not mean to do that. I'm gonna go really exaggerated with my motions, mostly because if I can switch over to this vector erase tool, there we go. Why is the helmet like that? So the idea behind this piece is it was originally a mech that got corrupted, and essentially a bunch of like eldritch like biological horrors started like splitting out from the mech, and I'm going to actually change the torso. So instead of it being like all super organic, which is kind of jarring, I'm going to make it look like this is a. I'm gonna instead make this look like a mech torso that has a bunch of like fungal parasites that kind of give it this kind of like weird um, pseudo organic look to it, despite it like being layered on top of despite it being layered on top of inorganic material. One great thing about using vector layers is you can just overshoot everything and just stick with like the basic shapes, and then you can just go in and reshape everything with the vector erase tool. It's one of the main reasons why I love Clip Studio Paint, is just all the versatility in their tools. Like it's an industry standard in Japan for a reason. Yeah, so this commission was for for an eldritch, like, corrupted mech. Yeah, Unicorn here. He likes to commission some pretty crazy stuff, like things that actually get me to stop and kind of like experiment with things, because like I never would have thought about like drawing a an eldritch like corrupted mech like this before. There's probably like good examples of what one of these would look like in like, say, a Cthulhu Tech source book or something. Which I found a bunch of PDFs on like a thumb drive I have. I don't even remember downloading them, but they're there. I should probably bump up the stabilization a little bit more. Still getting a little bit of that wobble. There we go. Whoops. No, not that. Not that, not that. We need actual vector eraser. And, where are those vector tools? Because I might actually be able to do something interesting here. Where did I... Aha! Here we go. Redraw vector width. Yeah, let's thicken that up a little bit. There we go. Oh, vector tools. They're so great. My favorite part of the new video is when you describe why becoming a nuke is a bad thing. Yeah, it's kind of it's normally considered a bad thing to reduce yourself to atoms. At least that's what I've heard. Lol, oh yeah, I found a bunch of eldritch material I don't remember getting. Guess they're there now. That does sound like the start of an H.P. Lovecraft book, doesn't it? I'm gonna completely redo these. Oh yes, hydration. Also, welcome in, Techno. Alright, stretching legs. Popping back. Here we go. So, I'm gonna see what changes I can make to this in the middle of the inks phase, because like if I can avoid doing like another clean pencil sketch, I will definitely do it. Like anything to quickly get to a more finished state. Like one trick I used to do like all the time when I was still like doing webcomics and such, you know, before I got completely burnt out on that, was I would just do the thumbnails, and then I would just immediately skip to the inks on top of the thumbnails and just kind of like figure things out from there. And that was always like a fun way to kind of like skip a few steps. So you basically turn the inks into kind of like a rough / clean sketch. Oof, the perspective on this is all sorts of wonky. Let me actually, you know, it'll probably help. It would probably help if I got the rest of the head in. Get the rest of that in. And it would also help if I didn't completely screw up that line. There we go. With confidence now. There we go. Oh, my muscle memory is betraying me. There we go. We'll just thicken that up right there. There we go. And then we can take this ridge and we can kind of extrude it backwards just a little bit. Bring that towards the back. And there we go. When in doubt, draw through your forms. Oh, that's looking so much more consistent. It's as shrimpable as that. To be fair, if you're a Manticore, self-annihilation is the goal. True. They're like the only exception to the rule. They're like, I mean, Manticores are just built different. They're like Manticore pilots are like the one kind of Lancer that would take one look at a peak bleed out spot and go, all right, now I'm going to turn that into a crater so no one else can claim this spot. I don't know if that's still like a trend that's happening where like people find like beautiful natural vistas and they post, found a peak bleed out spot. Normally with like some Red Dead music. I kind of want to see if Cthulhu Tech is any good. I've been hearing very mixed things about it, especially with like the content of the books and such. I heard some of it gets like pretty weapons grade ooftonium. Nah, nowadays if you find a nice spot, you build a Walmart on top of it. True. Deny people the bleed out spot and make a disgusting amount of profit. Truly the American way. Manticore pilots use the portable hell bomb. Wait. Am I a Manti pilot? So let me see if I can find. Oh, where's that Lancer album? I love listening to that Lancer album. It's such a good vibe. Lancer soundtrack. Here we go. This is such a good album. I highly recommend. Hello, bottom. Oh, hey, is Zach Lucky? So for those of you who don't know, Zakalaki, he likes to pop in here, call me a bottom, and then right off into the sunset immediately after. That's kind of like his whole deal. But you don't deny it? I mean, listen, the more I deny it, the more... It's one of those things where, like, if you deny it too much, it becomes confirmation. Let's see, what'd you think about the stream goal idea? Oh, hang on. Did you send that in one of the chats somewhere? Hold on. Or am I just completely blanking on something we've already, like, mentioned before in the past? Let's see, in general, yesterday. Okay. Scroll. Okay, where are you? Oh yeah, I gotta mention. Oh hey Jay, what's up? Okay, I gotta mention. K Mappy actually found a baby hummingbird, and then proceeded to name said hummingbird after me because... Oh, where was it? Where was it? It was so fucking wholesome. I was completely blazed out of my mind last night, but when I read that, I was like, ah, yes! It's like wholesome overload. Let's see. You know what? Oh, about the community piece. That way it's not one person going bankrupt with... I mean, true. Yeah, that would probably be like... That would definitely be, like, the best way to go about it. Especially for big community art pieces. Love how Zach always drops "I'm at midnight" at the end, like it's some eldritch riddle in a horror movie. Celebrating some good news and enjoying getting my hands on the Daggerheart expansion. Ooh, how is Daggerheart, by the way? Because I know Daggerheart took some inspirations from, like, other things in the TTRPG sphere. I think it actually has some, like, DNA from Lancer in it as well. Which I thought was pretty cool when I heard about it. Go. Add some greebly bits to sort of break up the surface here. Add some texture. It does. It has experiences which are kind of like triggers. Ooh! Haven't had a chance to play in an active campaign as yet, but new classes look fun to play. I mean, I kind of get that. Another game I would recommend as also an alternative to dungeons, which may or may not contain also dragons, would be Fabula Ultima as well, which is a tabletop JRPG. It's basically Final Fantasy with the serial numbers filed off, but there's a bunch of source books that allow you to do like sci-fi, more cozy fantasy, um, more like techno fantasy. You know, just cool shit like that. Um, oh yeah, and I guess also my stone punk sword and sandal and sorcery tabletop RPG called Neo Mythic, where you play as funny Neolithic tribal folk trying to survive in a world before gods when cities just first started to spring up. It's very heavily inspired by Gennady Tarkovsky's Primal and Conan the Barbarian, as well as just like mythology in general. Right now we're trying to get like something. We're trying to get something sorted out with it because it got like auto flagged for like suspicious activity because we kept on like linking it in the Discord and like all of our traffic comes from direct links, and they're trying to get they're trying to stop the whole like, hey, try out my game scam that's been happening on Discord. And like I get that, but also fuck's sake, it's the only way to actually see the thing because it hasn't been indexed yet. I think I heard of Fabula. I still wanted to play Alien RPG by Free League personally. Oh yeah, anything by Free League is really good. You know, another game I wanted to pick up, which is also a mecha RPG. I wanted to pick up. Oh, what was it called? I'm blanking out. I wanted to pick up Salvage Union. Like Salvage Union is such, like, just from everything I've seen of it, it's a really cool like mech game that has some tools that are great for theater of the mind. So like Salvage Union is the more like theater of the mind coded mech game, whereas Lancer's the more coded towards battle maps and such. And like I will tell people that you can still run Lancer Theater of the Mind. Like there's nothing stopping you from doing it. You just have to make like a few house rules on the fly to make it work. But otherwise, it's doable. And in fact, it's kind of vital to do it that way at first. Especially if you're trying to like get people hooked and you don't have time to make all the battle maps and such. In fact, one of the first games I ran of Lancer was actually Theater of the Mind. I have an urge to grab Far Cry Primal now. Oh shit, I forgot Far Cry Primal exists. Hola, I do not speak Spanish. Welcome in, Dragon. Dragon M65. Hold on, let me move my multi-chat somewhere where it's like where I can actually see it better. There we go. There we go. So, for those of you joining us, I'm currently working on some art commissions at the moment. This is going to be a relatively short stream. It's not going to be my usual 4 to 5 hours of art, as it normally is. Mostly because my housemate has a big VTuber meet and greet that she's going to be a part of. Because she won that Offkai tournament a while back. So in about 2 hours, I'll have to wrap up and all of that because Layla will be getting ready for that. Daramati. Oh, yo, welcome in. Migrated from YouTube to Twitch. I still keep an eye on the multi-chat just in case. Had a feeling it was you. I know this one, Sonny. Ah, okay, you're with Zach. Got it. Starts nosing into Fabula Ultima and Drive Through Operating. Oh yeah. By the way, Fabula Ultima does something really cool with its skill checks. So it does the thing where your stats, and I love this when games do this. Your stats are represented by a die value. So like D8, D10, D12, stuff like that. And what's really cool is when you're making a check, you basically roll 2 stats, and you basically roll 2 dice together, and you add those, and then that's the final value you get with and it's such a neat way to do it because instead of having a billion different skills on a sheet, you can pretty much go, all right, I'm gonna do this. I want to so like say for example you're doing a long hurdle, just to use D&D stats and terms. Instead of just rolling dexterity or strength, you would roll strength and dexterity, and you would roll those 2 dice. You roll those 2 dice together, add them up, and then compare that to the DC. Because and the player would argue, all right, it's going to be strength and dexterity because I need to run up and then with my core leg strength be able to jump across this gap. And it's yes, I love shit like that. Anything that can cut down on any unnecessary rules bloat and allows players to be really creative during narrative portions of the game, I greatly enjoy. I've found right that the simpler the combat system is, the more likely you are to actually see creative things happen in system, because sometimes game systems are too detailed to where they kind of take away a lot of the flavor, or rather they take away the ability for players to flavor their own things. This is gonna sound like a weird take, but bear with me here. I'm saying this from someone who at one point got really obsessed with original D&D. We're talking white box D&D. There we go. Then you played OG D&D? Oh, yeah, in fact, I actually have a retro clone of it called White Box. Like, one thing I do enjoy about White Box D&D is it strips away a lot of the unnecessary options. And also the damage is very simple. One thing that's really difficult to kind of wrap your head around, especially if you're coming back from like modern games of D&D, is White Box D&D. You are not the superhero here. You are barely surviving. Like, all right. So you know the whole like Mines of Moria from like the Lord of the Rings movies, how it's like sort of like really dark, really tense, and then like when things get bad, it gets really, really bad. That's the entire vibe of old school D&D. You're like nobody has dark vision. Nobody has dark vision, so you can't see the creatures in the dungeon, but they can see you. And your torches, they snuff out after a few rounds. And also that's another thing. Exploration is also in a turn order, because each round of exploration, and they split up, like exploration is in rounds and combat is in turns, if I remember correctly. I might be getting that mixed up. But with exploration, because every round a character takes is like a set amount of time, you're actively like sweating over like each turn taken, because do you have enough torches? Will you be able to disarm these traps? Grab a freebie, press start scenario, so I might look into it a bit further. Thanks for the tip off. Yes, I have a feeling you're really gonna love it. That game also, Fabula Ultima also has like a meta currency that allows the players to also influence the story just as much as the GM. In fact, the GM has a counter currency in order to like go back and forth, and that currency is also used to buff bosses, give them a kind of like another phase in a battle, or even have them escape. It's really fun. It's cool. I love that game. I really do wish I could play more of it. Let's see, Bloodborne, waste of skin skill set of sort of stuff. Hard mode where survival tactics matter. Yes. And another interesting thing about old school D&D is that instead of getting experience from killing monsters, you gain experience from how much loot you steal. Because again, you're not heroic adventurers. You're burglars and looters going into abandoned ruins. You're grave robbers. That's essentially what you are in old school D&D. You're a grave robber who can hit stuff. Hello, Sunny. How's it going? Hey, Bajanga. Also, you're in the YouTube chat. Loot equals XP. That sounds awesome, actually. Yes. Yes, it is. And here's the thing. Loot has weight. So you'll just come across these massive treasure troves in the dungeons. And like so you know the D&D spell, the invisible like floating disc? That was a utility spell for carrying loot in old school D&D. Because you could only carry so much in your pockets at any given time. So you needed like small utility spells like that in order to like potentially carry more back out to the dungeon entrance, which means more XP, more you can spend on equipment, more you can spend like carousing and drinking and revelry and such. And like the whole ultimate end goal of old school D&D was to eventually get to the point where you can start building strongholds and fortresses, and then you just end up going from like burglar to king. Half the reason I don't tune in is because I hate the Twitch ads that last 5 minutes. You know what? That's valid. I also hate the ads. I keep on saying every time the ads go off, if I could get rid of them, I absolutely would. Yeah, so now I'm multicasting. Simulcasting. However it's called. Oh yeah, another thing about old school D&D is at least in the white box version, they actually changed this for further releases of D&D, like advanced D&D, because like before it was D&D basic, which was the white box, and then there was D&D there was like advanced Dungeons and Dragons, which was basically D&D basic but with like some extra rules and such. And one of the things in basic D&D, which is in white box D&D, was all weapons did D6 with their damage die. They were all D6s. I can't ever imagine playing in a D&D session that lasts long enough to become kings. I wonder why. Yeah, see, that's the thing about old school D&D. That was the end goal. You basically there were rules for making strongholds. And then eventually your stronghold would get to the point where you'd have like a garrison, and then next thing you know, you had like a village, and then you were a minor lord, and sometimes that led to people becoming kings. So I love the idea of like old school D&D. Now, one thing I do love about the white box retro clone of white box D&D is the fact that they also include ascending armor class, which if you don't know, ascending armor class is basically the armor class that they use in 5th edition, where you have an armor class number and they have to like meet or beat that number. Before you had Thaco, which was hit armor class 0 in 2nd edition, and then in white box they had the infamous attack matrix. So there was a matrix that the DM had, and basically when the players rolled their attack dice, the DM would consult that matrix to see if the attack hit or not. Let me see if I can find this thing. Hold on, I gotta show you just how like incomprehensible this attack matrix was. Hold on. Where's the attack matrix? If you want like the old school D&D feeling, um what's it called? It's not, is it Dungeon Crawl Classics? No, that's the other one. Hold on. Hold on. Is it Dungeon Crawl Classics? No, that's not Dungeon Crawl Classics. What's that other one? Oh, excuse me. It's from Necrotic Gnome Games. Let's see if I can find it. Old School Essentials! That's the name of it. So Old School Essentials is pretty much like the most complete version of Advanced Dungeons and Dragons you can find. It just has like the serial numbers filed off. The only thing I have that's a complaint with it is, well, then again, I think they also include Ascending Armor Class as well. One thing to warn about that particular form of D&D though is it does get very crunchy. Like this was the game that was made by people who looked at statistical spreadsheets more than conventional pornography. So keep that in mind. Where's the attack matrix? I gotta find the attack matrix. Hold on. I can just, what am I doing? I can just find the white box PDF. I'm definitely going on a tangent. This is definitely tangent territory. Okay, okay, white box, fantastic medieval adventure game. Another one I would recommend is actually Knave 2nd edition, if you want like that classic D&D vibe as well. So it basically uses the same DNA as 5th edition, but it streamlines it like you wouldn't believe, and it's actually a classless system. So how you allocate your stats will actually determine what class you are, as well as what equipment you have. That's another fun one. I highly recommend that one. Also because it has a shit ton of like really cool random tables that you can roll on. Okay, let me see if I can find this attack matrix real quick. I need you guys to see what I have seen. Okay. Let me just quickly... Let me just get this PDF here. I collect tabletop RPGs like you wouldn't believe. I have so many tabletop RPGs I know for a fact I'm never going to play. Not from a lack of trying either. It's just really difficult to gather people to like play certain games. Okay, where is this attack matrix? Hold on, I'm just scrolling through this PDF. It should be under the combat section. Oh, another thing about OG D&D is class and race were not like split up. At least in the basic version. You can either be an elf, a dwarf, a halfling, or you could be Or you could be like a warrior, magic, a fighter, magic user, thief, what have you. It was just assumed if you were picking a class, you were playing as a human, and if you were playing as an elf or any of those others, they're kind of like a hybrid class of two different classes. Because I think the dwarf was a hybrid between, I want to say, the cleric and the fighter. Aha! I think I found it. Let's just... Oh man, ad break starting soon. Has it already been an hour? Anyways, before the ads hit, this is the attack matrix. So anyway, when do we get a Neo-Mythic stream? Well, considering all of that's almost finished, maybe pretty soon. Monster Hunter players, Lance before the pants. D&D players, always the sheets, never the cheeks. Elden Ring players, Dex is better than sex. Oh, and we're in the middle of ads. So for those of you who are still with us, this attack matrix is basically... It basically shows you what you need to roll in order to hit something, depending on your level in what class. Like, this is ridiculous. Oh yeah, there's also saving throw matrices. There's a matrix for everything. So what do we need to roll to hit the matrix? Ooh, I would say that would have to be 3 nat 20s in a row in order to awaken from the matrix. You have to free your mind. There is no D20. But yeah, that is the attack. That is the attack matrix. Ascending armor class is way better. I will take ascending armor class over an attack matrix any day. Here we go. So I'm going to have these tendrils be kind of like segmented, so we can add a little bit more of a digital vibe to them. I'm going to have this be like half deep horror and half like fungal monster thing. I do want to get these commissions done by this week. Speaking of commissions, commissions are indeed still open. This is my primary form of income, so yeah. And ad break is over. This is what I get for trying to dodge ads and refreshing the browser. Failure and longer ads. Oh no! Yeah, these companies get really aggressive with ads. Oh! Hey Jade, welcome in! I'm working on commissions. It's gonna be a short one today, just because Layla's doing meet and greet stuff later. And, you know, we kind of share the same computer room, so... But yeah, here's what I'm working on currently. Oh, actually, Jade, I can show you the stuff I've been working on, actually. So I'm working on this Eldritch Abomination of a mech. I'm probably going to redraw some stuff. Like, I'm going to redraw the pilot, because I'm not 100% happy with the design. And I'm going to redraw some aspects of this mech as well. Add some more, like, fungal stuff. Because I want to do, like, a blend between, like, classic H.P. Lovecraft, like, Deep Ones horror, but also throw in some, like, fungi, mushrooms, and such. And let's see, I'm also working on this goblin mech for a friend of mine, who's actually in my Lancer campaign. Can you say who they're for, or is it? Oh yeah, I can say it. So this one's from this one is for Unicorn in my community. He tends to commission a lot of like the really cool like body horror kind of mechs that I end up drawing. This one is for my friend Marsh. He's one of my IRL friends who is also like in my Lancer campaign. And then this one is a D&D character for a for a more recent viewer who joined us. Not applicable. This is a half-orc paladin. So, or no, not paladin. A fighter. Why do I keep on saying paladin? Yeah, so this one's going to be a lot of fun. I'm gonna have to like do a frost pattern on this one. In fact, I'm gonna start like inking this one in at some point, just so we can get closer towards finishing at least one half of this piece. And oh yeah, and this one's just going to be for a bunch of character designs I'm going to be doing, because I'm going to be opening up a character design. I'm going to be opening up character design stuff on VGen, so I'll be able to do character sheets, character reference sheets, and all of that. Yeah, I'm really happy with how the orc fighter turned out. Had some struggles with the face, because, you know, demi-human faces they're kind of difficult. They can be kind of difficult. Let's be real. But yeah, this one's going to be a lot of fun to ink in. And I I'm even doing the thing where I'm going to export it as a transparent like PNG. Um, so like so like it can be used in VTTs and such. What color hair are you gonna use? I'm probably just gonna keep it safe and keep it towards like black hair, just because that's kind of what the client wants. Like probably black or brown hair, something along those lines. So yeah, that's the stuff I've been working on. I love doing commissions. I really do. I mean, one, I like having money for bills, and two, um, it legitimately like does help me get out of like art block whenever I have it, because I have a prompt. I have prompt and incentive. Because I think for like this month I do need at least one more commission, and then I'll pretty much be set for upcoming bills. The life of a starving artist is a stressful one, but it's also actually kind of really fulfilling. Because while yes, I may panic a lot about bills on the monthly, my mental health has actually been a lot better since I got out of retail. I just wish I could have said it was like a grand escape, but no, I just got violently ejected from retail, so that's fun. Me? Bitter about a little discrimination in the workplace? No. Whoa, 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 guys, if you're gonna be fighting in chat, at least give me a chance to sell tickets. Yeah, I stress about money a lot, but that's pretty much. I mean, I stressed about money a lot before anyway. It's just now I at least know that the money I'm making is from the skill set that I spent like decades training and honing. I do miss having fun money though. This is relaxing. Just sitting here drawing mecha abominations. What a nice way to spend a calm Sunday. Nothing more satisfying than earning money with your own skill set. Hell yes. Like, it's more stressful because I have like a greater personal risk. But it's also less, it's less depressing. Let me put it that way. It's to the point where I'm actually kind of like wondering if maybe I just needed the antidepressants because I was being like overworked and like abused at work. Because like I work like a lot now. With like maybe one day off from like art and streaming stuff a week. But like it doesn't feel bad. Does that make sense? Like right now my ultimate goal is just like get to the point where bills are not stressful. Financial stability. That's really my ultimate goal. There we go. Not to sound existential, but it gives worth in your life one way or another. Without the life seeming empty. I can't read today. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Cuz like it feels less empty now. Cuz like employment is security, right? It's definitely security. But that security has like an intense cost. And you know, this community has been actually really nice for my mental health, all in all, because like it feels like I'm worth more than just disposable labor, you know? been really cool seeing this community grow over like these past few months. Oh, yeah, gotta stretch my legs. Stretching legs. Ugh. Oh. Too busy right now for doodle requests? Unfortunately so. Yeah, I typically have doodle requests turned on when I have like completely caught up with my workload. And it's just like one of the rare streams where I have time to do doodles and such. I need to make that that hummingbird sunny emote at some point. I really do. That was the most wholesome shit I ended up reading at like 5 in the morning. Imagine being caught up with your backlog. Yeah, imagine. Couldn't be me. Honestly, having a commission backlog is a really good problem to have. Because, man, it really sucks when there's, like, no commissions at all, and you're just, like, sitting there like, there we go. Oh, in general chat. Oh, there's the little hummingbird! How Sunny the hummingbird, how are they recovering, by the way? That is so cute. That is so cute. I am unreasonably attached to this hummingbird now. They doing good? Good. Good, 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 good. Such a good bird. Here we go. I'm gonna try to get so much done today. That burb looking at the camera like, the audacity of this one to be in my divine presence. Me over here, never confident enough for commissions, just drawing what I like, trying to motivate myself to do this one comic with Zach in it. I mean, yeah, make your comic. You know, actually doing comics is a really great way to like rapidly improve your art as well. There's like there's like a joke amongst the webcomic community where it's like, do you want to know how to improve your art in the quickest way possible? Start a webcomic. In fact, I can't confirm that method works too, because like I started a webcomic for the sole purpose of like quickly improving my artwork, and it did work. I just really wished I had more time to actually work on said webcomic. I ended up getting hit really hard with like burnout at the time. And oh boy, when you get hit with burnout, it takes years to recover from it. This is actually turning out quite well. There we go. Comics take a lot of time. They do. They do take a lot of time. In fact, they take so much time you need to develop your own, like, time-saving techniques to get through them quickly. Sometimes you have to skip steps. But, like, learning how to skip those steps is actually really important. Because sometimes, some steps that may have seemed vital at first, you end up, like, finding out was actually, like, taking up way more time than it should have. There we go. Speaking of comics, have you watched the new Superman episode yet? I have not. I really want to, though. That's still, like, one of my favorite versions of Superman. Oh. Oh shit, hey Mikey, welcome on in. Hydration. And leg stretches. Yeah. Stretch. There we go. And stretch. There we are. So how's everyone's Sundays been so far? And if you're Australian, how's your Monday been so far? Was nice and chill? Good. Good, good, good. Always love a good, nice, chill Sunday. There we go. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, my output has slowed down a little bit, and I need to fix that. I need to be faster. Been awake since 1 p.m. yesterday. It's 3:30 a.m. Damn! I mean, I'm not one to talk. I do that all the time. But damn! See, I will send Sunny to a local sanctuary where we'll get better care, so I'm grieving already. Aww. Well, at least the hummingbird's going to be getting some good care. Which means full recovery. Which means, who knows? You might even see you might even see Sunny the hummingbird show up later on. Okay. I'm gonna keep to this, like, main arterial tendril right down the middle. Like so. We'll build everything else around that. So it kind of has, like, this cool effect to it. Instructions been clear. Sent Sunny the streamer to the sanctuary instead by mistake. By local, I mean the other side of the city. He will literally live in a better neighborhood than me. Leave some water out for your birds, lads. I got some wild plovers using the water bowl every day, and it's cute as fuck. Hell yes. Feed your birds. There we go. Oh, that is already adding some good texture. Hell yes. Bird up! Ah, okay. Am I still in the... Yes, I am still in the Lancer album. Good. Good, good, good. Always have to double check just in case. Time check, Sonny. How long till the meet and greet? I still have 1 hour before I need to wrap up, so we're good. We are good. Wait, that's a thing you can do? Man. What can't those bots do? And having a mod is awesome. Draw. Okay. Draw! Draw, damn you! Okay, all the segments are in, which means I can attach them with like all these different muscles and sinew. Well, I guess it is reading like muscle, but it's more of like a mass of tendrils that have kind of started puppeting all of this. Though I might do some effects to make them look more like mycelial sinew. There we go. Alright, one chapter of an AO3 fic. My AO3 fic and first chapter, and then the second I upload it, my knees crackle. How did this curse happen so fast? Be kind to your knees. You'll be sad when they're gone. Oh, I should probably turn on the overhead light. Hold on. Hold on, I gotta turn on my overhead light. Be right back. And now just sit back down. Hey, hi everyone. Yeah, you might need them. Oh, shit. Posture check. Uh-oh. Alright. Time to stretch legs. Stretch. Big stretch. Ah, whew. Fine, I'll stop shrimping if you insist. Oh, God. Fine. I'll stop shrimping. Okay, I think this will inform the direction of these segments. Oh! Oh, right, you have that on a soundboard. Actually, I looked up like, wait, what's being redeemed now? What? Huh? Here we go. So. Oop. Also, I realized during the, during that little initial playthrough of Amori last week, that ding is also from the recycling machines. It's just used everywhere. It's a good ding. Stoner thought, the pilot has tentacles for hair, and used them for. So they use them to maneuver like extra limbs on the mech. Yeah, that could work. I do want to redraw this pilot in a different stance. It'd be kind of interesting to draw it like there's two different kinds of eldritch deities fighting over the same bit here. So, oh my god, I just had a really good idea. Okay. So over on this side, you kind of kind of like tries to loop in and do the usual tendril things. However, hold on, I'm trying to think of how to like actually convey this. Just trying to find a good way to convey this. Oh, you know what? It'd probably be a lot easier if I did it like this. So, raster layer. Bustifer Jones. Welcome on in. We are drawing abominations. This is a nice little trick I like doing from time to time. Where you use a flat color and the border effect, and it makes drawing these things infinitely easier. Oh, I remember that brush. I used it for the shoelace. Yes! It's useful for other applications as well. Like, it's a great way to kind of, like, carve out a form. It's a nice, fun way to do it. Is it strange that when Sunny is drawing abominations for a commission, it is a 60% chance to be unicorn? I mean, only 60? Oh, this texture looks so uncomfortable. Let's bump this up a little bit more. It's more of that texture in there. this even a little bit more uncomfortable. Allowing for the ADH demon would be would be getting Sunny to go on another tangent. I could definitely go on some tangents. I totally can go on some tangents. Oh yeah, I've been wanting to design an ADH demon as well. ADH demons are fun to draw. I'm going to be learning how to make models in like live 2D. Just because I just want to claim another skill. What's an ADH demon exactly? Well, it's a demon that makes you experience ADHD. And sometimes it's even funny to actually have them be afflicted with ADHD as well. I'm imagining the tentacles like mycelium spreading through the mech, kind of like one of those time-lapse videos. Yes. We're just kind of like doing little tiny mushrooms on here. Should I be going this in depth with the details this early on? No. No, I should not. But we're doing some experimenting. Sunny sometimes get grabbed by them and suddenly has done everything else than what was needed to be done. Isn't that the truth? This really just turned into me inking the head for like 2 hours. You know what? I'm gonna actually have this one be a... I'm gonna have this one sort of like be a split of tendrils. Because we're doing this tendril style, I need to have one tendril that keeps on breaking up the silhouette here. I'm not quite liking how that's looking. It's not quite hitting the textures I want. I just thought of a disturbing detail that we missed a chance on. We could have had all the mechanical insides fall out the lower half. Kind of like guts falling out of a zombie stomach. Ooh. 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 Oh. 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 So like different wires and stuff. Instead of inking all of this, you know what I'm just gonna do? I'm just gonna have this entire side absorbed by like table mushrooms, because that would look sick, and it'll give some asymmetry to all of this. All right, I'm gonna have to duplicate this layer, slide that underneath, then we're gonna get rid of that, and then we can just do this without worry of drawing over all the other stuff. Because shelf shrooms look pretty gnarly. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna check something real quick. It just popped in my head. What is... Zexion just sent me a bunch of sound clips. Apparently, Zach struck again. Let's see. Hold on, I have to answer a Neo-Mythic question. Ads could suck. Could you imagine how could you imagine how much more like people would love ads if they just gave you the full suck? Like they just sold to you, but like it but it's like, ah yes, ads. I don't like them, but damn, do they give good head. Come on, tell me I'm wrong. Wait, wait, no, 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 wait, 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 wait. There we go. I'm answering some questions on like Neo-Mythic scaling as well. God, I would love to run a game of Neo-Mythic. It's like, it's one of those games too where you can like, the combat goes by so quickly. Like, when I did my first initial like run through with Neo-Mythic, um, we ended up doing like 2 combat encounters in like 2 hours. And this was like, we had enough time to make characters because it took like 10, 15 minutes tops. Then we had some like adventure stuff. There was like 2 combat encounters. It was a lot of fun. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, something got clipped. Okay. That's looking good. All right. Loving this. I actually feel better about this version of it. I think the fungal rot on this was what was missing. I'm gonna make this torso more robotic, just because I think it would suit it better. So we're gonna do this little design trick I like doing. Where we segment the throat. Like so. Just like that, we have a hydraulic neck. Something quick, something simple. Something simple, something easy, something sleazy. There we go. Oh, dang. It's almost time for us to wrap up. Let's see, actually, I'll leave that as is. Oh! That's how I can segment it. Yeah, that makes way more sense. Here we go. Ugh, okay. Actually, no, we'll just continue on with this. If we get this part of it, Looked at. I might actually mirror the bell diver suit design for the torso on this. So actually, let's do that. Yeah, something like that works. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And then do something like this. And then it gives us another plane change right here. Just to sort of break up the visual a bit. Let's redraw that one. Let's redraw that one. That was a little bit too thick. Torg is awesome. Torg is awesome. Let's see. I'm gonna do kind of a... I'm gonna take inspiration from the round facer. Oh, where do I have that mini? Ah, it's with my other Lancer minis. Alright. Round facer, round facer, round facer. Give me a round facer mini. There you are. Oh, actually, give me one that actually has a torso visible. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna use this as inspiration. And actually, if we're going that route, I have to make sure this jets out regularly on both ends here. Alright, here we go. Like that. No, that doesn't quite work. That doesn't quite work. I'm gonna do something a little interesting here. go. There we go. There we go. And this is how we fake mech tits. Mechanized chassis, more like mechanized chesty. Got him. All right. This has turned into like more graffiti-esque than I was intending. I think it's probably all the thick lines. I think that's what's probably doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to thicken up the lines just to make certain things pop out a little bit more. Now let's actually change those shoulders a bit. And actually, I have to get rid of all that. I thought it was cooking, but man, it's just not tasting right. I think my medication just kicked in. Uh-oh.
I don't like them, but damn, do they give good head. I don't like them, but damn, do they give good head.
I didn't even realize I did it in like an old-timey voice too. Wait a minute.
If they just, but it's like, yes. If they just gave you the full suck, they just sold to you. Come on, tell me I'm wrong.
These are all golden. These are all golden.
I don't like them, but damn, do they give good head.
These are some good sound bites.
I don't like them, but damn, do they give good head.
I don't like them, but damn, do they give good head. That almost sounds like something you would hear from like a... That sounds like something you'd hear from like a parody movie. Okay, and then we're going to turn that into a draft layer, and I'm going to test something out here. There we go. There we go. That actually works out better. Oh shit, timer's up. All right, in about 15 minutes, we will wrap this up and find someone to raid. This one's going to be fairly detailed, though. I can already feel it. Like, if I just quickly do this effect... Then I turn that down just a little. So I can go back over and just... like that. And actually, I'll do another one there, tie that there, and then... Yes! Yes! I am an artist. I am a professional when it comes to making the art. Alright, I'm going to poke Layla real quick. There we go. Oh, that looks so good. That looks so good. All right, yeah, gotta save my progress. Gotta save this progress. Progresse. That looks so good. That looks so good. Alright, I'm gonna do the back tendrils normally. I'm going to figure out a more mech design. But I literally just have to go in, like, thicken up some of these outlines to make them pop from the back. And, you know, just other cool stuff like that. So, yeah. Trying to think what else I could probably add, because I think most of this is just going to be me going in and adding extra details during, like, the whole inking phase. Just so you know, the canvas size for this is, like, 9,921 pixels by 14,031 pixels. But anyways, yes, this progress has been saved. So we will come back to this later. I'll be posting progress reports in Artist Alley as I kind of go about. Yes, it's a very big canvas. It allows me to get in really close and get super fine detail. Why so large? Is it because of the size difference between? Yes, it is. In fact, it's exactly that. I mostly only make pieces that are this big if the pilot is also visible. If the pilot is also visible and it's a piece where I want to make detail for the pilot. I can think of cursed details for you. Oh yeah, by all means, send them to me. Send them to me. All right, I'm getting distracted about something. Okay. So it is almost 8 o'clock. We have been. I did say it was going to be a short stream. It was only going to be like about 2.5 hours, but I'm kind of happy with what we got so far. And I have some others that I need to get done. Like I need to start like inking this gargoyle, and then figuring out the other design features. But otherwise, yeah, this is going to be a very productive week. This is going to be very productive. And if you want to commission me, my VGen is available. Like links are in like the little description thingy. Yeah. So that's vgen.co/sunnymecha. In fact, you can see all my socials right there. Right there. Right there. All right. Let's find an artist to raid. And Yeah. Alright, let me actually... While I can still operate this stuff. Twatch. Got a Discord I can join? Oh, I absolutely have a Discord. In fact... There you go. All right. Anyone I am currently... Oh! Ooh, what's Patui up to? No, I'm trying to pause. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and raid into Patui. We've raided into her before. Wonderful artist. Always like super friendly and welcoming and all of that, so you know. So let me just /raid. There we are. Let's head over to our nice little just chatting section here. There we go. Yeah, so as always, folks, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching me draw and listening to me yap about, you know, just about anything and get super distracted. And yeah, keep those giant robots stompy, and as always, I'll catch you around.